All right, everybody. We have a very much anticipated debate here. We have two very feisty opponents. We have the Misfit Patriot and Gary the Numbers Guy. This is going to be an absolute, I would say, brawl. That's my prediction. This is going to be a brawl. But guys, thank you to both of you guys for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
As always,
Thank
man.
you.
Of course. So I'm going to get this started here. Our first topic is going to be Israel and Palestine. Now, I know Gary is Jewish, but he is not in favor of Israel. And Misfit, I'm not sure if you're Jewish or not, but you are very pro-Israel. So whoever wants the first kind of opening statement, go ahead, but that'll be our first topic here. It's Israel and
Let our
Palestine.
man go over there first, man. He said something about on Twitter. I read that he's okay with every Palestinian kid dying as long as Israel is safe. God damn, bro, for real?
Yeah, see, the problem with the internet is a lot of you guys have reading comprehension problems.
So you didn't say that?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Like I said, you highlight the first part.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm okay with okay with every Palestinian dying, as long as it stops Hamas. You see, if you focus on the first part, it sounds like a horrible statement. If you focus on the second part, then it just sounds like a pragmatic response to any conflict, and we've been okay with it for, I don't know, the past however many years, right? This is what I say. Did you guys were you guys okay with Operation Gomorrah? Because, you know, it basically was like a linchpin in stopping the Nazis in World War II, because they dropped 9,000 tons of bombs.
You're comparing the Palestinians to Nazis?
No, I'm comparing the situation, right? When you have to fight an enemy that is evil, for instance, the Germans, the Nazis, right? And the Allies come together and they go, hey, we're going to have to bomb Hamburg, Germany, right? There's going to be, they're targeted civilian areas, right? They didn't target the Nazis. They targeted the civilian areas, right? And the reason you do that in a war is because you're trying to get the other person to give up. You know, it's like, what do they value? Do they value their own people? Because that's how you do war. And it's tragic. It's awful. I don't like it. I don't want it to happen. But yeah, am I okay with that strategy that's been going on?
Why would you tweet that though? Like, I'm okay with every single Palestinian kid dying. Like, you know that's going to make a lot of people. Like, did you tweet it just for engagement?
No, I tweeted it because I'm tired of the struggle session between these fucking virtue signaling, like just basically woke right douchebags. It was in response.
Woke right douchebags.
Yeah, it's in
woke is the left, my friend. It is not the right. The woke are the ones who are pushing transgenderism, pushing feminism, pushing all that garbage. So don't tell me anything about woke right, bro.
Oh yeah, well, woke is an oppressed view of the world, right? And you think that the Jews
is that the definition?
Yeah, it is actually.
That's a definition.
Woke originated when the black community came together and started saying, we're woke. We have woken up. We have woken up to an idea that there is an oppressor out there. The oppressor is the white man, capitalist.
You think they just figured that out a couple years ago, bro?
Well, if you don't understand the etymology behind the word, I can explain it to you if you want. If you'd like me to just, if you want to sit down there. Shut up for a minute, and I'll explain.
I'm not too good at shutting up, especially when I hear a whole bunch of bullshit. But go ahead, bro.
Obviously, if you were talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, that would be woke left, right? But it's the oppressor-oppressed dynamic and mentality behind your ideology, right? The left has an oppressor-oppressed victim mentality where everything is hyperfixated on an other people group. The right, the woke right, has an oppressor-oppressed victim mentality hyper-focused on another people group.
Let's go to the woke right. Give me examples of woke rightism, because this is garbage in my opinion, but go ahead.
First of all, I think you've already sort of signaled. I don't watch your content, but you've signaled.
I don't watch yours either. I'm way bigger than you, though.
Who cares? It's just numbers.
Oh, I'm just this is content. We're doing a podcast. Yeah. I'm establishing that I'm a somebody with 9 billion views. I don't know who the fuck you are, bro. But it is what it is.
If I don't care about this, but if that's
whoa, you don't care about this? What are you doing this for?
Hold on, because I like to have conversations.
Misfit, didn't you make a video on me flexing that you got more views than me on X?
Yeah,
Though?
so that's what I'm saying. If you really wanted to go with I have 9 billion views, there's one
Yeah, but
page.
don't say you don't care when you made a whole video
No,
saying you got more views
what I'm
than me.
saying is if your standard of, I don't know, being a somebody is how many views, then I've had billions and billions of views over the past 5 years too.
I don't know
So,
who the hell you are, bro.
me neither. I don't know who you are. So,
Well, here's the thing. I've been invited to the White House. I used to
Okay.
run with the Warriors. So
Yeah.
people actually who matter know who I am. Again, I don't think anyone who matters knows who you are, but it is what it is.
Oh, there's plenty of people.
Who knows? Does Donald Trump know your name?
Don Jr. does.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm good. I'm the one who told Donald Trump he'd be president of the United States in 2016, but it's good to buddy up with the kid too. Nice little nepotism there.
It's good for you, man. I just think that this is a weird way to view yourself. Is like it's like a popularity contest, like high school.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Well, it should
it's
really
clout.
Well,
it's clout.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing a podcast for.
Yeah.
See, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being genuine with people that I'm doing this for clout. I'm doing this, all these podcasts, all this content I do it for clout. I do it because I want to shove numerology and astrology down people's throats. What are you doing it for? Protect Israel?
No, actually, I do it. I do it because I think that I have a positive message that I can, bring out to other people. Social media.
What's your message?
Well, the reason to
kill all Palestinians?
No, I never said that. But I mean, I think that one of my message changes from time to time. The message that I'm going with right now.
That sounds like a woman, bro. Flip-flopping from time to time.
Well, my general message is to fight against extremists on both sides. Right now, it's the right. I've done it with the left. I'm doing both at the same time.
What is your problem with the right?
Not the right. I'm on the right.
You just said you had a problem with the so-called woke right. What is your problem with them?
Well, what happened with the woke left, right? The woke left made the entire Democrat Party look ridiculous. Nobody wanted to vote for them because they allowed the extremists in their party to take over. I think that same thing is happening right now on the right, where we're allowing people like
who are the extremists?
Like Nick Fuentes and the Groypers. You got Stu Peters calling for a final solution.
Hold on. Okay. When you talk about Stu Peters, he's a piece of shit who just caught a DUI.
Perfect. We can agree.
Stu Peters just rugged his old dumbass Nazi community. Well, how much that coin lose? About 85, 90. That's what's it called? J-proof?
J-proof.
Yeah. Okay. This is complete garbage.
Jew-proof. It's not Stu-proof.
Again, Stu Peters is an alcoholic. Stu Peters is such a piece of shit. He made a movie about not getting vaccinated, but the bitch couldn't even fucking convince his own wife not to get vaccinated. So it is what it is. The hell is Stu Peters? He's a piece of shit.
Well, hold on. Can we let's try to come to some sort of an agreement right now, because it looks like we have a common we sharing a commonality on this. Do you think that Stu Peters makes us look bad, right? Because he does talk about how he's on the right. He's a right wing. He's a Nazi. Yeah, that's not
exactly. Right wing. That's not conservative. It's a Nazi.
Just because what I'm saying is he's voted for Trump, unvaccinated. He aligns with the ideology of a lot of people on the right. So
stop. You have two choices here. You have Kamala Harris and you have Donald Trump.
I understand.
So you understand there's not much of a choice here. So sometimes people are going to align with the candidate you believe in.
Correct.
Because he aligns with their point of view more than the other one. So yes, the Republican Party is turning into a big tent party, and you're going to have pieces of shit like Stu Peters in there. But let's keep it real. He doesn't like Donald Trump. He calls Donald Trump Netanyahu's bitch. And at the end of the day, that's not true, because Donald Trump was the one who was telling Netanyahu, listen, you better end that war. We're going to have problems. And he did. He stopped bombing him. Donald Trump told him, we're putting a tariff on you. And when Netanyahu came over here and he's like, oh, can you please take the tariff off? Donald said no.
How do you think?
And the main thing the Groypers do and all these other guys say, oh, Donald Trump pulled Netanyahu's seat out. That means he's subservient. Yo, I pull seats out for my bitches too.
Okay.
So people need to stop that nonsense.
For the way that we're being viewed by a person who isn't in politics 24/7, who doesn't actually know these groups, the ins and outs, who doesn't know that Stu Peters doesn't like Trump. How do you think an outsider would view Stu? You actually just said it. You go, we're a big tent party and you're going to have people like Stu in it. Don't you think it would be smart to get him out of it? Right?
No.
Don't you think that it would, so
you have two choices. You have two choices.
hold
You
on.
have two choices.
You don't think it's smart to clean your own house? The Democrats didn't do that, right? And the third party watcher, right? The person who isn't involved and engaged in politics all the time, right? They look at the tent as a whole, right? So if we're including people like this in the tent, if we're not calling them out, if we're not trying to housekeep and do some just general hygiene, then we're going to do the exact same thing the left did, where we're going to allow the most radical voices like Ilhan Omar, AOC, and the squad to take over